Simplicity does not precede complexity, but follows it. Alan Perlis. And my friends, that's what we do every day, is taking the difficulty of figuring out what all the millions of inputs are, the people who are buying, who are selling, who are holding. How does volume add into that along with price, which we see on our Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, along with the trend? And we put those together and it gives us incredible information. Have you been with us here over the last few months as we watch this beautiful rise in the S&P, same with the NASDAQ, and then the down move, and then this latest up move? It has been beautiful, and it has been something we have been calling as we have seen it. Have you been practice trading it with us? We're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. We want you to learn with us and then put together with what you learn here with all the other things you have learned by doing, by reading, by studying. Please make sure to listen to the trainings we put out each and every day to the folks that are subscribed at chartingwealth.com. If you're not, go there. Put in your name, your email address. We will send you a copy each and every day of we'll send you the email plus the special training that we include each and every day. We've got a great training for you today. And I will also put at the end of today's video for everyone, you will see a link to our training on volume. If you can just understand volume, listen to it with a pen and paper in hand, take notes, pay attention, because understanding how volume works with price is the real key to being able to be more and more successful in your practice trades. Let's jump into these charts. We see stocks are down for the day. Bitcoin, gold, and 20-year bonds are up. Where are we on the S&P? It's down just a little bit, 0.16%. We can see this week a bigger candle than last week. Of course, we had the turnaround. We called it when it happened. And of course, the jumping in point was on Friday afternoon. Did you enter the trade? Now, I chose, as I have here this would be the third time, I chose to follow the NASDAQ 100 for several good reasons I have explained. And of course, we are tracking both of these. We are long on the S&P and the NASDAQ 100. We see the 2-day chart, moving up nicely, almost average volume there. Now, the 2-day chart finished drawing today. We'll have a new 2-day candle tomorrow. We can see on the half-day chart where things are up in the morning, pulling back a little in the afternoon, but a nice big up candle. Things are moving in the right direction on the weekly. We're going into Wednesday, and we might be 2/5 of the way there. We'll see how we are tomorrow. If we're going to hit up to that average volume, I'd like to see it at average volume or more and continue to move up. We keep talking about, are we going to see a ceiling somewhere here around the, I think that's the 565 mark. 565 mark, somewhere along there. We'll see. We're at 558.70 right now. We'll see just how high it goes. Will we get a ceiling here where things topped off before, and will it rotate back down? I don't know. Those of you who are thinking that's a possibility, are you going ahead and setting a good till canceled sell order, perhaps for half of your trade by that point, just in case? Then you can let the rest of it ride or even buy back in if it moves above. Think about those kinds of things. That's what you should be practice trading. Not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. We want you to practice with us. Now, that's where we are on the S&P. My trade, this would be the third time. We had the first, we had this beautiful, when things rotated around and started moving up on the S&P. Beautiful trade there, beautiful topper and down move that we captured. And now we're in this up move. The NASDAQ pulling back a little bit, 0.21% for the day. We can see we have a higher high this week, moving up nicely. Latest 2-day candle is closed above the weekly trend line on the 2-day and the half-day. Up in the morning, pulling back a little in the afternoon, moving in the right direction. Now let's move on to some positive moves. We see TLT, 20-year U.S. government bonds, they're moving back up toward the ceiling. Are we going to press through it? We can see that the wick has, as the wick did back on the 5th of August. Is the candle itself going to accelerate through? Is it going to roll back over? Look at this 2-day chart where we're hitting right up there on it. Don't know. Now, the half day managed to push through. It's done that before. Back in the morning on Monday the 5th, then pulling back some Monday afternoon and then rotating down, banging up against it once more and down, and now moving up a third time, and we'll see if it's going to pass through and keep going. 20-year U.S. government bonds up for the day, 0.80%. Again, we'll wait, watch, and see. We really haven't had a trade in this. I guess you could have looked at the doji here, the red doji as an interim low, and you could have dropped in. That is not something we called because we want to see a nice clean bottom and a clean turnaround and things moving up. We saw that happen. It moved up, then it scared us off back on the 28th of May. Then it moved up again and then dropped over again. Made us hesitant to get into anything on bonds until they get clear. Now we look back at where bonds were last year in October. Hit down an interim low with higher than average volume, green spinning top, which is our perfect turnaround for us. And then, of course, that was a beautiful trade. Worst point you would have gotten in, the highest high during that week was 86.47, all the way up to the highest high of 98.28, and then bounced off that top. Again, gave you a clean point for getting over, perhaps getting in and writing that down. But again, at least getting out here, you would have captured a beautiful profit. So again, follow the charts, not the noise. Practice trade. Learn what you're doing by doing it right. Let's move on and see what's up with gold. Gold continuing to push higher. Not a lot for the day, but higher. And look at it. I mean, it is clearing above its higher highs. It has really pushed up this week. That is beautiful. We see on the 2-day chart with a nice strong candle moving up. Just about average volume there. It looks like it just hit average volume. So looking beautiful. We'll see just where gold is going, but it's nice. It was higher during the day, during the morning, pulled back some in the afternoon. Overall, like I said, 0.37%. Last, we'll look at HODL, which is the VanEck Bitcoin ETF. It is up a little bit for the day, 0.81%. What's Bitcoin been doing? A lot of ambivalence. Been sliding sideways mostly. See it on the 2-day chart here. You can see it on the half-day chart here. We're right at a doji for this week. Now, again, we had that big down week. It's been digesting that since then, but again, has not taken off down or up. So we'll keep our eye on Bitcoin. I'm hoping that, we had a nice doji spinning top last week, sort of a doji this week. Don't really know where it's going, but we'll let the charts lead us. We always let the charts lead us. We're not gamblers. We are chartists. We are following the charts, which help us discern which way price is going. And if we can't discern, then we don't trade. We trade charts that we have some familiarity with, that we can track, that we can go and backtrack and see how well the candles are working. And you will have charts that work for a long time, then you'll have them that'll stop working. Then they'll start working again. Again, that is why we have, and again, I always encourage you, find your favorite charts, track those on a daily basis, practice, trade them, learn their personalities. And at times, just like sort of a recalcitrant child, that goes off the rails for a little while, they might. And then they come back in. So pay attention. Let the charts lead you. It's all about charting and avoiding the noise. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.